Different people find different parts of construction interesting. I find drilling large holes boring.
You stole my joke, you motherfucker.
But I find putting two pieces of metal together riveting. Hi, welcome back to Virtually Real. This is Corey, and he came over today to play good-looking Minecraft.
Good-looking Minecraft? Yeah, I like that. Yeah.
I've got a stick. Just start whacking away. All right, let's go. Lesson learnt. I need to be more specific with my wood. I need some hardwood. So I'm gonna grab that wood. Lucky I got my safety straps on. Let's get some coal. I can see how you could just build massive, awesome. Oh wow, there's a whole nother thing up there. Kind of want to go up there.
Hey Corey, thanks for coming over.
No worries, kids. Thank you.
So today's game was Cubed. Mm-hmm. What were your first impressions when you got in the headset?
So I didn't know what to expect. I mean, the kind of very light description you gave me was somewhat like Minecraft. And I've just seen my nephews play Minecraft. So I didn't really know what to expect. But once I got in there, it was actually incredible. Like I got to say, like at the open play games were always something I really enjoyed as a kid, or as much as they could be back then. And so to get in here, I mean, it was just the visuals were spectacular. And I was like, again, like the blocks, like they're just going to be crappy graphics. But once you're in there, you're like, no, the visuals are actually spectacular. The whole landscape, maybe not once you get close, but the whole landscape is just spectacular. And there's just so much space, so much space. I tried to walk to the edge of the map, got distracted.
Little briefcase. I love it. How cool is that? Start bashing a tree. And then, oh, this tree looks better for bashing. This looks like a better bashing tree. All right, I picked it up. Oh, how cool is that? Just floating around. Oh, it's getting dark. Back to hand. Oh, that's fun. How cool is that? Just illuminate the world. Look at that sunset. 3 bits of wood and 3 bits of stone. So I'm going to grab you. I'm going to grab you and stick you on there and stick you on there. And then I want to grab you and I want to go you on top. You there. There we go.
When you first get in there, the game, it does take 20, 30 minutes really to get the control systems down, because it's not that it's difficult, there's just a lot to remember of how to shortcut things and how to get things. But the game itself, you get a briefcase, heaps of functions in there, but the main function is basically what task to do next. Did you find that quite intuitive? Yeah,
well, I mean, the tasks, the objectives, as they were called in the game. So those little objectives, I think, were really good to start with, just to kind of get a handle on the way the game functions. After a little while, I was kind of like, okay, I kind of get the general gist now, and I just want to go around and explore and build something or do something. But it is a really kind of smart way, I think, to kind of get people's heads around the mechanics of the game. But yeah, so just kind of like you cut down some wood, you use 4 blocks of wood and two bits of stone or 3 bits of stone to make a pickaxe, and then you can use that to mine whatever. And yeah, it's good. It was good, and it's a really smart way. But I think after a little while, you do kind of just go, all right, I think I got the gist of this now. I'm just going to run around and see what I can find.
I think I could get into this game. This is awesome. Just make stuff. Put you away. So I don't want to suck you guys up. Right, this is my axe. You gotta wiggle it out, I love it. I'm definitely not hitting it in the exact same spot.
Objective.
Oh, that was easy. Timber! It just slices through them like butter. A shovel. I'm going to be able to dig soon. This is awesome. Oh, this is kind of spooky. I get it. All right. So there's lots of hints. I kind of want to do something now.
the objectives push you in the right direction, but it is really once you actually understand it, it's like, what do I want to do?
Yeah.
I mean, I was looking at your little land there, and you built your feature wall. Imagine spending a couple of hundred of hours in there and building a whole town.
Well, that was it. So there is just so much space, and the landscape is so diverse, and it's, you got the above ground stuff, which is trees and hills and all that kind of stuff, and then there's a whole underground, like all the quarries and caves and stuff you find. There's another whole underground world, and so it's pretty much like you could, obviously within reason, but you could pretty much spend hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of hours in there just kind of creating new things. Building new things. And I guess as you get into it, because obviously we played it, time went like that, by the way, because it was that engaging. So an hour felt like I was in there for 20 minutes, but I was in there for an hour, over an hour.
2 hours.
2 hours, there you go. And anyway, so I think as you got into it, I was starting to find that there were options to do more fine design things. Like there was a little tray to create ingots. I'd imagine that those ingots would be made from the copper or something like that. And so, yeah, it'd be good to just see how deep you could get.
It's a good step. Got my little cave all lit up. I guess I've got to start crafting. I'm just going to have a bit of a poke around before I go any further. Oh, wow. That's very cool with all the birds and stuff. How beautiful is this world they've created? That's a long way up. Might have to adjust a little bit here and maybe go sideways a bit. Won't do that again. All right, I had a look down there.
It wasn't even a productive mine, was it?
No, there was just nothing in it. Didn't even get anything out of it. And now I've lost my bloody copper. I'm gonna go up and over. Yeah, there we go. That's where I was trying to get to. It's just a booby trap in getting there. Just suckered me in.
Part of me was watching you when there was the big mountain in front of you, and I was like, just do a hole all the way through it.
Yeah.
Just to get to the other side, just make a tunnel. You'd probably find a couple of mines as you're actually kind of digging through that and stuff like that. Each world that you create is different. It's procedurally generated. So basically, if we went back in there, you can save that world and load that world, but you can go in, and if you load another world, it's not the same.
Oh wow.
It's different. I mean, it's the same. It's within the same boundaries, of course, but it's not. Yeah. It's not like, oh, I'm here again, and there's the hill, and there's it changes every time you actually kind of regenerate.
Well, that's amazing. So I guess that would mean that there potentially is no edge to the map, because it would just continue to generate as far as you walked out, right? Effectively.
Well, theoretically, yes, but I'm like you, where I was like, I'm going to walk to the edge of the map, and then got distracted, chopping down trees, clearing stuff. I haven't gone to the edge of the map, so I don't know if one would imagine there is some kind of boundary somewhere, but it's like I say, when you create a new world, it just gives you that procedurally generated thing.
So this is coal country up here, by the look of it. Wow, so you probably can get to most of those places you can see. There's my little cave. It's that one. I might just try and build something just to kind of I think I got the gist. Should have plenty of stone. This looks like a cool place to go up here. Oh, the mother lode. This is like granite or something. Special kind of stone. That one's just floating. Kind of want to build a bridge out to it. This is very, very cool. Just, I kind of just want to walk in a straight line as far as I can and see what happens. See if I find some copper on the way.
What did you do to the rabbit?
Oh, I shot a rabbit. I'm sorry. I felt so bad about that as soon as I did it. Because, I mean, you get a bow and arrow, right? And, I wanted to see what the bow and arrow did. I'm a fan of Robin Hood, so I'm like, I fancy myself as a bit of a crack shot with the bow and arrow. And I shot a deer, and the deer turned into a firework and shot into... Cool. Which is really cool. So I was like, what happens if I shoot the rabbit? The rabbit just died. And it was devastating. I was like, that's not fun. And then you walk over and look at it, and the arrow is like through the dead rabbit. And it was brutal.
It's just like,
Yeah.
I don't know if shooting the animals comes into play a bit later. Well, I would imagine it must do at some point. Why give you a bow and arrow unless it is just for rabbit shame and deer fireworks? Who knows? Who knows?
Let's see what happens if I go. It was a firework. What the hell was that? What, I'm gonna go down there and find that thing now? Where'd you go? That's a little bit annoying that now my meat, or like my source of food, is like way over there somewhere. All right. Anyway. Hey guys. What happens if I do this? That's brutal. That is absolutely brutal. Sorry guys, I don't know what to do about that. Is there a wolves around that'll eat that? I don't want to waste the meat.
You found some stuff that I didn't find. I didn't find the glowy blue rocks.
Yeah. Well, that was crazy. Like, it just kind of out of nowhere started snowing and it got dark. And then all of a sudden there was just this glowing blue thing off in the distance. And I was like, what the hell's that over there? I walked down and it was just this massive cave of glowing blue. And I feel like that's the really cool thing about this game is I feel like it would have the potential to just be able to add little things that would just open up a whole new kind of, I'm going to go explore that and see what's down there. And then you kind of fall in it and then you got to dig your way out.
Yeah, I mean, you were playing it standing up, but you could almost play this on a stool, sat down and just spend hours there. I mean, you fatigue when you stood up. 2 hours, your legs, after 2 hours in VR, my feet are like, oh, it's time to sit down. But you could sit there and actually play this for hours.
I'm just kind of trying to clear a little pad to build a little building on. Oh, I can move you over there. And I'm going to go you. I'm just going to put one of you on the wall there. Bang, bang, bang. It's my first wall. I'm building stuff rather than digging stuff. It's just too easy to get distracted. I was going to walk in a straight line and see if I could find the edge of the map, and then I decided to build something. Can I move it around to here? There we go. Put you there. Now I can walk up my stairs. Oh, now we're going to get somewhere. I'm out. It's a good start though. I got my little quarry over the back here.
The thing is as well, is like looking at those caverns, it's like you could interlink them all underground if you actually took the time to kind of go, all right, this is where I'm going to go and this is where I'm going to dig and join these two up here. So,
like you kind of do at the beach when you dig in the holes.
Pretty much. Pretty much. And so responsive. One thing that I did that you didn't do, I really focused on upgrading my tools. So I kind of got the upgraded tools, which yet again, just take fewer hits on the rocks and that to actually break them down. But I didn't explore as much as you going around. And yet again, that's just the diversity of play. Yet again, you were carving steps out of the actual mines to get out, which I didn't even think about. I was just laying blocks. Your way, a little bit more time consuming, but actually give you heaps of resources, allowing you to build your feature wall.
And that's the beauty of this game, is it's just like, it is a choose your own adventure effectively.
Yeah, there's no correct way of playing it. There's just your way of playing it, which is cool.
Yeah, it is very, very cool. And I think, even just the mountaintops, because it's the same thing, right? For me, and this I think is the greatest thing about it, is how creative you can be. Because I looked at those hills and rather than wanting to dig through them, I was like, I want to build a bridge from the top of that one to the top of that one and just build this floating bridge across. Got to do the work in this game, don't you, to get your resources? I'm going to put in a feature wall. Nice. That's a bit of softwood I got from this tree over here. What is this? Golden star stone. Oh, that's going to make a great feature wall.
It's said vaginas all over the world closing up.
Oh, wow. Huh. Wow. How cool is that? What's that going on over here? Oh, hang on. What the hell? Those moonstone, I mean, that gold rock, sparkly rock stuff is nothing compared to this. This is way better for my wall. What I've basically done is made a cave outside the cave. This is my little home. This is what I did. I built something. It's got a doorway. It's got some stairs up to my roof.
Well, this game is $54.95 on the Australian store. So on the pricey side for a VR game, not the most expensive game, but who knows how long this game goes for. I mean, it doesn't end theoretically if you don't want it to.
And I think, I mean, for me at least, for me going and exploring that world, and the fact that you've now told me that every time you go and you can actually just create new worlds that are completely different, I think this is well worth the money for me. Like, I would probably get a lot more gameplay out of this than a game that was you were really kind of fixed on a story and you just had to follow within the bounds of the story. I think I would get a lot more gameplay out of something like this.
Yeah, I mean, this is a game that you can just once you know what you're doing, you can just jump back in. You can leave it for a month or two and then jump back in, have an intense 10 or 12 hours in it over a week, and then drop it again and come back to it and come back to it and just build and build and build on what you've done before. It's pretty cool. Well, do I need to ask? But let's see those thumbs anyway.
Yeah, absolutely. Thumbs up.
Okay, well, memberships are now live on the channel. So if you want to see Corey's full 2-hour playthrough of Cyube VR for the price of a cup of coffee every month, you can not only see Corey, but all of my friends that come over to play VR. Hours and hours and hours and hours of content. All that's left to say is thank you, Corey, for coming over and playing Cubed.
No worries, kids. Thank you very much.
Thank you at home for watching. Stay virtually real. Bye. So I got involved with an Egyptian building company.
Okay.
And I was really excited, but it turned out it was just a pyramid scheme. Give me yours.
So my dad worked as a traffic controller for a construction site. I didn't realize he was stealing from work, but I should have known. All the signs were there.
I think Corey meant to say is when I got home, all the signs were there, but it's not as if I researched that joke and rejected it.